Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Watch World, where today we are going to be reviewing the collaboration between Omega and Swatch. Yes, it's the famed Moonswatch. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are all keeping well, and Happy New Year to everyone. I hope 2023 will be a great year for you all. Just before we start today's review, guys, just a quick update. The YouTube channel, Watch World, is now on Instagram. So if you are looking for plenty of great watch snaps, please go over and give us a follow on Instagram. There'll be a link in the description below. It's at watch_world84. So yeah, if you could guys give us a follow over there, that would be amazing. So today we are going to be reviewing the Moonswatch. I finally got my hands on one of these, and it is the Mission on Earth variant, which I've put on a nylon strap, as the official Moonswatch straps are a pure waste of time. So this line of watches absolutely melted the watch community when it was announced. The queues to get one of these were crazy. At its list price of €250, people thought they were getting an Omega for that price, which I think is what caused the hype and chaos at the stores. But in reality, it's a Swatch made in collaboration with Omega. As most people know, Omega is owned by Swatch, so it would have been very easy for the two to collaborate and make this watch feasible. Swatch didn't do a great job with the release of this piece, only selling it in stores, and seeing as a lot of genuine watch enthusiasts might not live near a Swatch store, a lot of the watches were bought by flippers who immediately went on to the likes of Chrono24 and eBay and started listing them for thousands. In fact, even now, months after they have come out, a quick search on Chrono24 shows that the highest listed one now is the blue Mission to Neptune, which is listed at €3,700 for a watch that retails at €250. It's just crazy. And anyone willing to pay that for a watch like this either has money to burn, where it's no object to them, or just never learnt the value of money. It's a fun watch, and I do like it, and I'll explain the reasons why in a minute, but to pay anything more than list price for this is just absurd in my opinion. But enough about my thoughts on it, let's get into the details of this piece. Starting with measurements, we've got a 42mm case diameter, an inner lug width of 20mm, a lug-to-lug of 47.3mm, and a thickness of 13.25mm. So it's fairly well proportioned to the Omega Speedmaster Professional, which this watch is paying homage to. Inside this case, then, we have an ETA quartz chronograph movement. It has 4 jewels and features a 60-minute chronograph timer at the 10 o'clock subdial. The running seconds is below at the 6 o'clock subdial, and the 2 o'clock subdial we have a split second timer. In terms of the case, it is made of bioceramic, which is a mix of ceramic and biosourced plastic. This makes it a very light watch, and when it is on the wrist, it feels like you don't have anything on your wrist at all. It's that light. That can be a pro or con depending on your own personal preference. Some people prefer light watches and some people prefer heavy watches. Personally, for me, I prefer heavy watches, as I like to feel like I have something on the wrist. On top of the dial, we have a plexiglass crystal with a ceramic bezel and tachymeter scale on that bezel, and we also have a 30-meter water resistance rating. The original strap uses Velcro to keep it fastened, but they are of very poor quality and very bulky to wear, so I would recommend changing out the strap. Like I said earlier, this is a sterile nylon strap that I have on this, using similar colours to the colour scheme of the watch itself. This was the closest match I could find, and I got this strap on Amazon for about £10. So guys, sorry to interrupt this review. I hope you're enjoying it, but I have to make an apology. I was hoping to show you in this review, obviously, as I said, I have this watch on the nylon strap that I bought from Amazon. I was hoping to show it to you on the Velcro strap that it comes with as well, but for the life of me, I can't seem to find it. I've misplaced it. I've looked everywhere. and I can't seem to find it, unfortunately, but I will put pictures up of the watch with the original strap that it comes with. But yeah, disappointed that I'm not able to show it to you. So my apologies about that. Now let's continue the review. In terms of design, it's a great looking watch. I mean, of course it is when it is taking inspiration from the Omega Speedmaster, but the colorways are fun too, and there are 9 in total. And this one that I have here is the Mission on Earth, which is my personal favourite. I like the blend of blue and green, especially the shade of green. I like pale colours, and this really floats my boat. I'm also a fan of the shallow dial. The handset is very close to the underside of the crystal, and it, in my opinion, just looks very elegant and classy. I'm not a huge fan of deep dials where there is a big, huge, massive retort between the glass and the dial. And here is what the watch looks like on the wrist. And I think if any of you out there are like me with a 7-inch wrist, I think this watch is absolutely perfect. You know, 42mm in case diameter, I think, is honestly the perfect measurement for a 7-inch wrist. It's nice and flat, only 13.25mm thick, so it wears nice and flat on the wrist. The nylon strap that I have put it on also helps with keeping it flat on the wrist. The Velcro strap that it came with was very bulky and just made it look a lot bigger than it needed to be. But yeah, it's very, very comfortable, perfect proportions, and yeah, there's not really much more I can say. If you have, you know, a 6.5 to a 7.5 inch wrist, I think these specs are absolutely perfect. And lastly, we have the Lume. Now, the Lume on this watch isn't the best, considering you're paying for a €250 watch. Now, it does say online that they use Super Luminova, but to be honest, I would have question marks over that, or the quality of it, because it is not great. Usually Super Luminova is very good, but on this, you know, I had to blow this up with a torch for ages just to get it this bright, and it's still not great, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. So yeah, the Lume is one of the more disappointing elements of this watch. So for €250, is this watch worth it? And to be honest, the answer is maybe. I know that's not the answer that you probably want to hear, but yeah, maybe is the best answer I can give. It is fun, and I think that it's that is the biggest thing that it has going for it. It is fun, and if you like the design, then you also have loads of different colorways to choose from, which is great as well. The bioceramic does feel a bit flimsy and frail, but we'll have to wait and see how it holds up over time for that prediction. It's practical too, and you know, it does have a working chronograph function, and if you need to time things down to a split second, it has a sub-dial for that also, which is great. Anyway guys, those are my thoughts on the Moonswatch from Swatch and Omega. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. If you like this video, please do hit that subscribe button as well. It really would help out the channel a lot. I hope you have a great week, everyone, and I will see you again very soon. Until then, take care for now, guys.